Welcome to the Untrapped podcast, where we're motivated and inspired about success, small business, and personal development. And now, Keith Kalfas.
All right. What's up? It's Keith Kalfas. This is video number 2 on how to start a landscaping business video training series. And so I'm really excited. If you didn't watch video 1, please go back and watch video number 1 either in your email or above here. Make sure that you watch it. Okay, so I want to talk about getting your business legit and registering it. In the first video, we talked about 5 tips of getting your business off the ground and all the mindset set stuff. Now, do you have to have an LLC right away? No. You can literally just go out and start doing work. And what will happen is, under the tax code, you'll be classified as what's called a sole proprietor. And if you're just by yourself, I mean, you're probably not going to get hurt or cause much damage. Now, I'm not advising you or anything, because you should go get an LLC. And like, I'm an LLC taxed as an S Corp. We have legitimate payroll taxes and insurance, and we have general liability insurance for like, I think $1 million in workers' comp. Wait, $2 million in general liability and $1 million in workers' comp insurance. I'm in the state of Michigan. And if you get employees, there's like a threshold of what level. I can't have anybody work for me unless they're immediately on payroll. They sign 16 pages of documents.
If you are looking for the greatest software ever to run your business on, go to getjobber.com/Keith. You can create proposals, invoices, collect payments, and track your entire business directly on the Jobber smartphone app. If you want to get a totally free trial of Jobber right now, open your browser, getjobber.com/Keith. And after the trial, if you decide to sign up with Keith's link, you'll automatically get 20% off your first 6 months. So what are you waiting for? Go to getjobber.com/Keith.
If you want to know what that is, it's keithkalfas.com/16. You can get all those documents. But, you know, it's like a background check, drug testing form, DMV driving record check, non-compete, media release form because we shoot videos, all these different things, because I just don't want the liability and the risk, right? If you're gonna get your business off the ground and you're collecting cash, let's go back to that. Taxes. You can never evade or avoid paying taxes. But the good news is, if you don't make a whole lot of money, you won't owe a whole lot in taxes. The more you make, the more they take is true. But you should put away what I call the 30% rule. So when you first start your business, you gotta make it a must, an immediate. It has to be this way. If you look at my speech called Know Your Worth on YouTube by Keith Kalfas, I talk about how I was terrified of taxes. My prices were so low. But you have to charge 30% more. You gotta charge as much as you can to run a legitimate business anyways, but 30% of all gross profits, you got to do the math for yourself. You got to sock away for taxes in at least 20%. It's not 20% of gross, it's of the profits. So open up a separate bank account. So first of all, go get your LLC, Inc. file. I'll try to put a link below here if I can, but probably not. Or LegalZoom, or find a local accountant. Like go ask around any small business owners you know, or get on the phone and start dialing and try to find an accountant who specializes in taking care of small business owners like you, HVAC, plumbing, drywall, painting, lawn care, landscaping. They say, hey, I need help setting up an LLC, and then I need to get my articles of incorporation and your EIN, which is your employer identification number. So you have like a social security number probably. Well, as a business, you get what's called an EIN. It's an employer identification number, and it's kind of like your business now becomes its own legal entity. So therefore it has a tax class code and all that. And you want to go to the bank with this information and say, I need to open up a small business checking and savings account with a couple $100, right? And you get that paperwork, you open up the bank account, and you get your first business debit card, and now you want to start running all of your business expenses and transactions through that business debit card. You want to put gas in your trucks, oil change, all the materials you need, every single thing. And when you first start the business, you might even pay yourself out of that, what's called taking owner's draws, if you're not on payroll yet. And so now you have a business. The way they used to do it, you'd write yourself a check and cash it into your personal account. Now you can just make transfers. So find out how much money you need to get paid to pay your bills at home, your personal expenses, and don't commingle your funds. And so you might have to transfer $500 a week or something, I don't know what it is for you, from your business checking to your personal checking, and then you transfer that 30% from your business to your business savings for the taxes, right? So every single week you're transferring the same amount, 500, 500, 500, 500, 500, and then you want to get an accountant as soon as possible and say, hey, I'm taking what are called owner's draws, and you're going to have to pay personal income taxes on that if you're not on payroll yet. But make sure you keep your finances as organized as possible. So all business expenses are in the business account and all personal expenses are in the personal account, right? Now, insurance. When should you get insurance? As soon as you possibly can. General liability insurance can be as little as about $1,000 a year. And I don't know what the state minimums are for where you're at, but it's in cases like property protection, like if you blow out a window on someone's house or something like that. And you want to get that insurance policy and you just pay them monthly. So you get all this stuff set up, and now congratulations, you've got a legit business, you got your insurance policy. Now next, I talked about door magnets, flyers, getting customers. I think that you should run your tail off like your hair is on fire for like a solid year. Just go out and work your tail off. Get as many jobs as you can. And how you do that is something called guerrilla marketing tactics. There's an amazing book by J. Conrad Levinson called Guerrilla Marketing. You see these around my neck all the time and in my videos. Go get a subscription at audible.com. It's like $22 a month. You start downloading books. Like the book is called, there's a book called Duct Tape Marketing by John Jantsch, Jantsch. Download that. Seth Godin, Purple Cow, all of Seth Godin's books. Anything you can about business and marketing and advertising and Robert Kiyosaki, and flood your brain while you're out working with as much of that as possible. If anytime you see a customer who's got overgrown trees or shrubs or grass or anything, fat stack of business cards, door hangers, put it on there. There's something called fiber rounds.
Let me tell you something most service business owners never realize. You're spending money on Google Ads, Facebook, maybe SEO, maybe yard signs or flyers, but you have no idea which marketing is actually making your phone ring. That's where CallRail comes in. CallRail is call tracking software that shows you exactly which marketing source generated each phone call. So instead of guessing where your leads came from, you actually know. And when you know what's working, you can double down on it and grow your business faster. If you want to try it, go to keithkalfas.com/callrail. That's keithkalfas.com/CALLRAIL.
If you're doing a job here at Mrs. Jones' house, every single time, the local 3 to 7 houses, go spend an extra 5 minutes and just put door hangers and flyers on the neighbors' doors. Even knock on doors. I've gotten customers to get out of their house and I've walked around their property with them and sold them a $1,000 job on the spot as a complete stranger. Just because I had a smile and a business card. I'd be, hey, and have the price ready. Be like, hey, I could trim all your shrubs and do all the bushes and do all the mulch and all this for $800. Well, here's a quote in case you want it done. Be a walking, talking, selling machine. Get excited and have something called positive expectancy. I'll tell you a quick story. I was struggling to get my business to make any money. And my friend William taught me ornamental tree trimming. From the ground, you can shape up. Don't really get into tree trimming too much if you don't know what you're doing, because you could trim the wrong types of trees at the wrong time and cause some severe problems. But we were like elevating these Bradford pear trees in Michigan. And I went from making like a couple $100 a day to like 500,000 and 1,000 a day. Dude, we did 6,500 in a week. I made $5,400 and something in a week. Profit. First time in my life. Bro, I never made that much money in my life. It's because I kept leaning into learning new things, and I just hit what we call these jackpot jobs. I got into these neighborhoods that needed all these ornamental tree trims and all these shrubs and landscaping, and we just got crazy booked, dude. We hit a wave. And I made sure I got all of those customers' contact information. I got everything. Now, and I did email marketing. Go to MailChimp.com. If you go to keithkalfas.com/resources, I have resources for all the stuff that I talk about. So you can get discounts on software to run your business, all types of stuff. keithkalfas.com/resources. But anyways, collect all the customers' contact information so now you can follow up with them. The fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. If you study sales and marketing, the fortune is in the follow-up. So If you give a customer a quote, follow up with them 3 times through text message, phone call, email. Hey, Mrs. Jones, I gave you a quote for $800 last week. Do you want to go ahead and do you want to go ahead with this? Let's get it done. We could be there Monday. Get these customers emails, even if you only have, after a few months, like 30 or 40 email addresses. Email all these customers and follow up them. You always want to be, you don't have to know everything. You have to know just enough to be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to know everything. You don't know just enough to be dangerous. And if you're confident, and the definition of confidence is your belief in your own ability to figure things out. Confidence is your belief in your own ability to figure things out. And the next thing is positive expectancy. You have to have an expectancy, a positive expectancy. This is going to work. I'm going to get this. I'm going to blah, blah, blah. I'm going to land this job. I'm going to blah. And just like lean into the fire full on. And you will quit the job that you hate. You will go full time in your landscape business. You will cross $100,000 in revenue. You will be able to go to a big family dinner party and pull out your debit card, just pay for dinner for everybody. Because you ballin'. You will get that brand new truck. You will get the house. You'll get all of it. And you could do all of it in the green industry by running your own landscape business. You will make friends with other landscapers that teach you tricks of the trade. You will be happy and fulfilled and make a lot of money. So it's 80% mindset. You got to show up though. 80% of success is actually just showing up. But I think it's really mindset. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I just want to encourage you. You're in the right place. Now is the time. There's no better time than right now to totally go for it. And just lean in. Good things will happen. And one final thing I want to say is when you get really, really busy, it's going to cause some stress in your personal life. You're going to have to be in high communication with the people that you love. Listen, I know I'm not going to be here a lot, but it doesn't mean that I love you any less. This is a journey that I must go on. And I'm still here for you and I love you, but I'm doing this anyway. And if you really love me and support me, you're going to support me. And if you don't, then you don't. But I'm doing this anyway, because I'm doing this for us. I'm doing this for me, and I'm doing this for the future. So that's just what it is, right? All right. Best of success to you. I'll see you in video number 3 very soon, my friend. And go out and crush it. Bye. Hey, I hope you liked the show. And if you like the Untrapped podcast and you get value from it, can you please take a minute and go over to Spotify and leave it a well-worded positive 5-star review? It helps boost the rankings on Spotify so the show can get to more people. Therefore, these messages can get out to more people and inspire more people so then they can go out and start their small businesses and crush it and get to the next level. It's a huge deal. All right, I'll see you in the next show.